My dad handed me an envelope and said, if I'm not back in 3 hours, open this and do exactly what it says. He didn't come back. Something had been wrong with my dad for months. I noticed it in small ways at first. He'd leave the room to take phone calls. He'd sit in his car in the driveway for 20 minutes before coming inside. He started sleeping less. I'd find him at 3 a.m. staring out the kitchen window at nothing. When I asked, he'd smile and say everything was fine. It wasn't fine. I knew it wasn't. Tonight he found me in my room doing homework. He closed the door behind him, handed me an envelope. 3 hours, he said. If I'm not back, open it. Follow the instructions exactly. No police, no questions. Just do what it says. I opened my mouth to ask what was happening. He shook his head. Not yet. Soon, I promise. Then he kissed my forehead, something he hadn't done since I was a little kid. I heard his car pull out of the driveway 30 seconds later. The next 3 hours were the longest of my life. I called him over and over. Nothing. When I finally opened the envelope, my hands were trembling. A key, an address, a note that said to take my mom and go. No reasons, no answers, just my dad asking me to trust him when everything felt like it was falling apart. My mom didn't react the way I expected. When I showed her the note, she didn't panic, didn't ask questions. She just nodded slowly like a puzzle piece had finally clicked into place. Okay, she said, let's go. That one word terrified me. We drove for an hour into the middle of nowhere. The roads turned from highway to back roads to dirt. No houses, no lights, just darkness and trees. The cabin was at the end of a long driveway. Small, old, hidden. I used the key to let us in. The place was ready for us. Canned food, bottled water, flashlights, first aid kit. Whoever set this up knew we might be here for a while. My mom wouldn't talk. She just sat by the window and waited. I called my dad every 10 minutes. Nothing. I started imagining the worst. He was in trouble. He was running from someone. He was lying in a ditch somewhere and we'd never know. Please, I begged my mom. Tell me what's happening. She looked at me with tired eyes. Your father made a promise a long time ago to someone he lost. I think he's finally keeping it. I didn't understand. But before I could push harder, I saw lights coming up the road. A truck. My dad's truck. He got out slowly. And then the passenger door opened. A woman stepped out. She looked like she hadn't slept in days. Thin, pale, shaking like a leaf. She had bruises up and down her arms. My dad walked the woman inside like she might break. She probably could have. She was skin and bones, shaking so hard her teeth chattered. My mom wrapped a blanket around her shoulders and guided her to the couch. Nobody spoke for a long time. I couldn't take it anymore. Dad, please, tell me who she is. He sat down across from me. His hands were still trembling from whatever he'd just done. Her name is Taylor, he said quietly, and she's your sister. The words didn't register. What? 25 years ago, before I met your mom, I was with someone. We were kids. She got pregnant. Her parents found out and they were gone within a week. New city, new names, no forwarding address. He stared at his hands. I never got to meet my daughter. Never got to hold her. I tried to find her for years. Eventually, I convinced myself it was better to move on. He looked at Taylor. 7 months ago, I found her. She was in trouble. Bad trouble. The man she was living with was dangerous. Violent. She'd tried to leave twice before. He put her in the hospital both times. Taylor pulled the blanket tighter around herself. Her eyes were fixed on the floor. I couldn't walk away, my dad said. Not again. So I planned. I waited. And tonight, I brought her home. I looked at Taylor, my sister. 25 years of my dad's guilt and hope sitting on that couch. She's staying with us, my dad said. It wasn't a question. She's family. Taylor lives with us now. The man who hurt her is in prison. I never asked my dad exactly what happened that night. He never offered. Some things are better left in the dark. I did ask my mom how much she knew. Not everything, she said, but enough. He told me about Taylor years ago, about the guilt he carried. I knew someday he'd have to do something about it. Taylor still flinches at loud noises, still checks the locks before bed. We're not close yet. 25 years of separate lives don't disappear because we share blood, but we're trying, and she's safe. That has to be enough for now.